Okay, truck storage. Let's take out the International. Let's go to that so we get more power to weight ratio, but not quite as bad fuel consumption. Stocks is there another one? No, there is not anything else. Sorry, still have on this right now? Those should be okay. There we go. Alright, so there's a mission for carrying a bunch of, no. No. Bags on a cement. This is what I want. Start tracking that one. And where am I taking them? To the house. Oh, man, this isn't too bad. This'll be easy. Alright, so we're gonna come over here. Bag. Bag. To the house. And then... I think we'll get this bag first. And then here again. Okay, let's do that. See? Okay. Okay. Hey, Baka, how are you? You were watching the ski jumping team event? Well, you already know who won, don't you? I'm like, there's no way you don't know who won. Ah, this is how you do it. Okay. We're looking at Alaska. Eagles found 2 out of 2. Watchtowers unlocked 16 out of 16. Upgrades unlocked 21 out of 23. But that's all of Alaska, not just this zone. Yeah, man, that's not all the characters, but 2 of the people have their character information blocked from public access. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get around that. As I drop off up here. No, I want the other one. No. There you go. Okay. I've also been working on my my non-musical bard character. So I can always show you that person's character sheet too if you want. Shoot, as far as I'm concerned, you can look at all my character sheets, just realize that not all of them have a lot of work put into them. Some of them have like 20 minutes of work and then I just moved on. Like Vessel, for example. Vessel probably has... If we put all the time in it, if I calculate all the time I put into that character, just on the character sheet information, it's probably got 15 hours of thinking and doing. How do you know your ability scores? Okay, so... an ability score is based off of the stat associated with the skill. So certain skills benefit from specific stats. So like acrobatics is a dexterity based skill. So the higher your the higher your dex, the higher your acrobatics number is going to be. It's also based off of... That's if we're talking about why can't I pack? There we go. There we go. Pack. Restore. It also depends what ability score you're talking about. Are you talking about a specific stat used in combat, or are you talking about a skill check or an ability check? Because those are different things. Oh! What you normally do is we normally roll for it. So you take 4d6 and you roll 4d6. If you roll a 1, you re-roll a 1, and then you just remove one of the numbers. And then add the other 3 together. So like, let's say for example, you roll 4d6, right? And you roll 5, 3, 3, and 1. So what you would do is you would re-roll the 1, and let's say the 1 re-rolls as a 4. So now you have 5, 4, 3, 3. So you throw out one of those numbers, you throw out one of the 3s. So you got 5, 4, and 3. Add those together, and that's one of your numbers. So 5, 4, and 3 is... what, 9? That's 12? So that would be 12. That would be one of the numbers you could put into one of those 6 areas. You don't necessarily throw out the lowest, Baki. You just throw out a number. Most people throw out the lowest. But if you're like, if you've been rolling like stupid well and you want to balance your character out, or you have a particular story like my character's really weak, but your lowest roll is like a 16, then you can specifically, like... You want to know what Marisha rolled to get a 5? I think what they do is they only re-roll 1. So if you... If she rolled like 1, 1, 1, 2, then she could re-roll one of those 1s. And if she rolled another 1, she'd stick with it. So at that point, it would be... Well, at that point, it would be a 4, but... It always bothered me the few times that I rolled, like, ridiculously well. Is that the lowest anyone's ever rolled? No, it's tied for the lowest, I think. I always get bothered when I roll a character that's just like 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, and then I'm just like, ugh, this character's gonna be so boring. I think Caleb had a 5 strength. Somebody else has had a 5, and I forget what it was, but I know she is not the lowest stat. That's really up to you two, Talon. Most people do it where you roll 6 numbers, and then you place the 6 where you want them to go. If you want to pose an additional challenge on yourself, you can do it that way, but most people don't. Somebody had a 5, I know that. Because I remember reading somewhere saying Marisha had tied the lowest. I always felt that having incredibly high stats on too many numbers made it made your character a little boring. Because some of the game's excitement comes from what your downsides are.
Shikasta had 4.
What's that? Shikasta had 4 strength? Oh, okay.
Not has 5 charisma.
Not has 5 charisma. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Out of the main characters, she tied Not with a 5 charisma.
But we've had, yeah, there's been lower than 5 strength.
Shikasta had a 4. Okay. But out of the core cast, she's tied for the lowest. Tiberius's wisdom was a 4. We don't count Tiberius. Tiberius at this point I think would be considered a non-core cast member. Even though he started as a core player, I think they would just consider him a non-core player now. A 12, a 13, 126. I don't think that's possible. I think you made a mistake there. 12, 13, 12, 6. Wow, 6 is rough. 13 and a 15. Okay. So if you're going with a Goliath Barbarian, like you were saying the other day, your 15 would probably go either to Strength or to Constitution. Because a Goliath Barbarian focuses primarily on brute strength and hit points. So Strength is physical attack power for your character, and Constitution is how much hit points you get. So 15 would go into one of those. Hey, what's up, Valkyrie? 15 should go into one of those, and then 13 into the other. 6 into Wisdom. Yeah, Wisdom is a relatively useless stat for a Barbarian. That being said, Wisdom is a common defensive statistic. Sometimes when people use attacks against you, you can resist it. You can resist the attack or take half damage if you succeed on a Wisdom saving throw. So you have to take that into consideration too, because a 6 is going to be 9 and 8 is 1. 7 and 6 is so a 6 would be a -2 to all your rolls. So if it's like you have to roll a 16 Wisdom saving throw and you roll a 17, you would fail because it would actually be a 15. It's not that any of this is a bad thing, it's just something to be aware of, you know? The same thing happens with Charisma, because you're like, whoa, well in that case I'll put it in Charisma. Well, Charisma is also a really common saving throw in battle. You're going to have to take that 6 hit somewhere, and I definitely would not recommend Dexterity. Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma are probably the smart 3. It just depends on if you want to create a story around your character and say that he's like not very wise because of something, he's an idiot or whatever. You also have to take into consideration the skills and what skills you want your character to be good at and what their bonus is. So if you wanted if you wanted your character to be really good at animal handling is wisdom based. So you're going to get a -2 to animal handling as well. You're going to go with charisma because you don't like people. That's fair. You just make your character like an introvert. A guy that just does not like talking to people. Or you could just make him smell real bad, so he's constantly, like, he never showers. So that's why his charisma's so low. He likes people, but people don't like him because he smells like crap, essentially. You know, there's many different ways you could work that in. This thing is probably picking up fuel barrels, I would guess. Your rolls are actually pretty solid. 13, 13, 12, 12, and 15. Yeah, fuel. Okay. These are some solid numbers. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. We got a house on the hill. That's me pulling this thing all the way over there. That's, what is that? Can't go to waste? Delivered this truck to the house on the hill. That honestly shouldn't be that bad. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll come back here. Go through this. Yeah, I think I'll come up this way. Okay. We'll come down here. Grab that. And we'll come back. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, see, that's not too overpowered. I've had one or two characters where I've re-rolled because I've rolled like my lowest was like 16, and I was all like, this is not gonna be fun. Like, not for me. It also seems like it's fake at that point. Like, I rolled 16, 16, 16, 17, 17, and 18, and you're like, did you really? Yeah, the bard I created, when I rolled dice on him, I got him, I leveled him up to level 5, because I usually start my initial characters at level 5, and then I'll like de-level them if I need to. But it gives me a good basis of where the character's gonna go. And when I got my bard to level 5, he had a 20 charisma and 18 dex. And I was all like, holy crap, this guy is powerful. This guy is gonna be a monster. Because I want him to be charisma and dex based, because he's gonna be, instead of being a music bard, he's gonna be a juggler. And so I wanted his dexterity to be high, because he's gonna be doing a lot of ranged attacks by throwing. He's gonna be like juggling like daggers and hand axes, and they don't have a short club, but they have a boomerang. So I modified the boomerang to be a small boomerang that does less damage and has a lower range, but the item doesn't exist. So I was all like, well, I'll just create one that has less damage and lower range than a full-size boomerang. And with a dagger, a throwing hand axe, and a small boomerang that I made, I can do blunt, slashing, or piercing damage with ranged weapons. And the range on him isn't that far either. I think the default range is 20 feet. What's Constitution? Constitution is hit points. How durable your character is. So it's gonna be the amount of hit points you get per level. It's also going to deal with how well your character can resist diseases and poison. things of that nature. How long your character can hold their breath if they go underwater. Things that deal with how strong your body is. Hey, what's up, Lucid? You want to come join? We're talking D&D stuff, too. You can for a little... Well, I mean, if you've got stuff you've got planned, don't worry about it. I'm not over here like, come play with me, Lucid. But, like, if you have nothing to do... Alright, cool. Let me save right here. I'll get you in for like an hour. I gotta message you the code, don't I? There he is. This. Do. That. Map. If you have a D8 when you're leveling up your 17 Constitution, you roll a D8 and then add 3 to it for your health. Yeah, that's correct. If you're using D&D Beyond, you don't really have to worry about that. The game will do it for you. You just modify how much... You just modify what number you rolled. So you would tell the game, I rolled this number, and then it would go, okay. And it would take everything else into consideration. That's a nice thing about D&D Beyond, is it takes care of a lot of the small numbers that people tend to overlook. People frequently overlook their Constitution modifier when they're leveling up. And D&D Beyond helps protect against stuff like that. I forgot to add my initiative to... Not my initiative, my... What's the one number that starts with P?
I just literally forgot everything about it.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
You're gonna make me look it up now. That's gonna bother me. As my truck slowly rolls down the hill. Open up character sheet. Proficiency. Proficiency was the number I was talking about. Proficiency is a number that gets overlooked all the time.
In my opinion, when I try not to min-max, or when I do try to min-max, your most important skills, your 3 most important stats are whatever your main stat is. So say you're a barbarian, strength, your second would be dexterity, and your third would be constitution.
I don't know. I think as a barbarian it would be strength, constitution, and then dex. But
well, you would think that, but your dexterity is what determines your armor class.
yeah. Well, the reason I say your constitution is personally because I would think that because barbarians get half damage on like almost everything by default, right, that having a higher hit point pool would probably be better.
But if you're harder to hit, you're not taking any damage. Big brains.
Well, in Two Town's situation, I don't think that really matters because his second and third highest numbers are the same number.
Oh yeah.
They're both 13, so it doesn't... Oh, you're doing a ranger. Oh. I guess you changed your mind. Well, that's different
Even still,
altogether.
because your first and second skills are going to be the same, dexterity. So you're off to a good start. Constitution is also your most rolled saving. Your most used save you throw. There we go. So it's always good to have that one high.
Yeah, a ranger is going to be dex and wisdom primarily.
What are you wisdom for? Oh, perception.
Yeah, perception and animal handling and nature. Stuff like
That's
that.
fair. I've also never been to one, so. Okay.
I have a really cool idea for a druid one of these days. I want to play a Loxodon druid.
Oh, okay. You just doing side quests here?
Yeah, for now. I think I got all the bridges and stuff built here, so I'm just like working on random quests that are nearby and relatively quick and easy. You got your mic far away from your mouth, by the way?
You know what? Is this better?
Holy God. Yeah, man. That was
Do you want me to talk to you like this?
all the time, dude.
Gross.
When did a corpse join? He's not a necromancer.
Oh, he's talking about, oh, what is his name? It's Corpse something.
Oh, is it like a streamer or something?
Yeah, he's got a really good voice.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't know who... You're judging me because I don't know who this corpse person is? No.
You don't follow what streamer randomly starts trending? For shame.
I don't follow hardly anybody.
I feel you.
Like... when the list of the top 100 Twitch streamers leaked,
Oh, yeah.
I went through the list of the top 100 Twitch streamers and found out I was only following 2. And the number 1 is Critical Role, so I don't know if that one really counts as me following one.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'm following Critical Role. And then the only other one I follow was like number 91. He was just barely in the top 100.
Yeah. I am aware of a lot of streamers, but I don't follow most of them.
I've heard of a few from like, you know, just like seeing posts or people talking about them on YouTube videos or whatever. But I don't go and actively search these people out and be all like, oh, what's all this about?
Mm-hmm.
Like the only reason I know who Dream is because because I watch the speedrunning YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And they did a big story about his like cheating scandals and stuff.
You know what's funny is I don't like watching speedruns. I think they're boring. But I do like watching analysis of world record speedruns.
Oh,
Which is more boring, but more interesting.
I think for me, I like the speedruns that are more on... there are some speedruns I don't like and some speedruns I do. Like, I do enjoy the speedruns that are just like, I'm playing the game normally, I'm just doing it really fast and skillfully.
Yeah.
And those I enjoy. The ones I don't really enjoy are the ones that are like, hey, I found a way to make it so that you can swim in Assassin's Creed in the air, and I just swim through the entire game.
Right.
And I'm like, That's not interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, Valkyrie. All bosses or 100% or stuff like
Yeah.
that. I like those. I think I might be stuck.
Super stuck?
No. Just like I need to drop the truck I'm trying to drag up the hill and pick it up again. Is that the truck? That is the truck. Is it caught on a tree? Oh my god. Because I'm trying to go around a corner.
Oh, yeah.
And I got it
It's
caught.
always a tree or just one of the random tree limbs laying on the ground that will blockade a truck.
Fucking, it just... This truck I'm hauling tried to take a corner a little too sharp.
Whoa.
Now I gotta come and push it halfway down the hill. Did I watch the no-hit Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls all 3? I mean, I haven't. I do watch Dark Souls runs, though. Because while I don't really enjoy the games myself, I find them very interesting. And entertaining. To watch, at least. And there's a fucking rock here, Jesus. This is like the dumbest location. Alright, look here, truck. Can I pull you from a different side? This truck only has one connection point? What the fuck?
What truck is it?
I don't know, it's an old-ass truck that I found in the mud. International Load Star 1700?
Oh yeah, those are pretty cool. You can do wheelies with that one.
It's got a whopping one connection point.
Neat.
It's super annoying because it makes it hard to pull it up this hill. And I can't get it around this dumb tree. Okay, here we go. I think I'm getting it. Yeah. I just gotta scrape the side of the truck off. There we go.
Perfect.
The one Dark Souls run I really enjoy the most is Dark Souls 1 enemy and boss randomizers. So like, you just be walking around the early part of the game and like an end game boss just like comes around the corner and you're just
I'm
like
not prepared.
and you're like, oh shit. He ended up changing one of the settings because he used to, the guy I watched that do that periodically, he used to play where like anything could be at any position.
Yeah.
And it got kind of boring because at one point he went into the final boss and it was like a beginning of the game random mob that he hit for like 30 and it died. And he's like, okay, bosses have to be bosses, but they can be any boss.
Stupid ice. Ow.
What do I have for story missions? And oh my god, there's so many story missions here. That's in Pedro Bay, so we can't do that one. Pipeline repair in Pedro Bay. That's Mountain River. Oil delivery. Yeah, that's all here. Where do I get oil barrels from? The drilling site. Alright.
I saw Candace started messaging me and then she stopped. I think she was gonna give me shit for playing SnowRunner.
She don't like you playing with your friends. No, I know what I'm pretty sure I know what it is. It's probably like she doesn't want to feel like she's forcing you to stop playing.
Yeah, I think she's just giving me shit because I play it a lot.
Ah. It's not like don't play with your friends anymore. It's like
Right, yeah,
it's
no.
like I don't want to tell you to come hang out with me. You're having fun with your friends. That sucks.
Yeah.
Andis, if you're here in the chat, tell him to leave.
If yeah, absolutely. If you're done and all your stuff, please let me know. I'm not ignoring you. I did that yesterday, not on purpose. Like I kept not seeing our messages
That always goes over well.
super well.
How big are oil barrels? They're just one slot, right?
Yes.
Sick. But yeah, I was watching somebody trying to play. Apparently, the Dark Souls community is like really big into like hardcore challenges,
Yeah.
and there's this one guy that started trying to play Dark Souls 1 through 3, Demon Souls, and Bloodborne all back to back without taking damage of any sort.
Jesus.
So that's not taking hits from enemies and not taking any fall damage.
Yeah.
And no deaths, even intentional deaths. Because there's one death apparently in Dark Souls 1 where the game is intending you to die. It expects you to die.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to avoid taking that death and still complete the game. Which is weird because it's behind that intentional death is one of the bosses you need to kill to beat the game.
Oh damn.
So he had to figure out a way to get around the intentional death and still get to the boss to kill it. So he's trying that run right now, which is like, I was watching him and he'd play for like 30 minutes and he'd like get hit by some random dude and he'd be like, well, time to reset.
Oh man.
And what sucks is he wants to play them all back to back. So he's like, if I get like 3 games in and I haven't beaten it, I have to keep playing the other 2 games, even if I'm running out of time on like I need to go to a meeting or something. He's like, I gotta keep playing. So I think he said the entire run should take him like 8 hours for all 5 games. I think each game is like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours for one of them. I'm like, it's insane that your no-hit run is an hour and a half.
I think an hour and a half into the game, I gave up trying to get past the first boss.
Yeah, that's how most people are.
I was like, I do not like this game. It is very hard. I will also be right back because I need to turn my air conditioner off.
Okay. Wham.
And turn the heater on.
Where are you at that it's cold?
Home.
Home, gotcha. You're like, I mean, pretty much most places are cold now, but...
Yeah. Either tomorrow or Friday I'm going to Montana, which will be super cold.
They're like sub-zero up there, aren't they?
Probably. It was when I left. Or when I left Idaho and Oregon.
Oh, there's a gas tanker here. Sick.
Free fuel.
I just winched to it. What am I doing? There we go. Like, when it comes to speedruns, don't get me wrong, I think some of the tricks that they do are cool, but if they're over-abused, it makes me less interested in the run as it proceeds.
Yeah.
So, like, if it's a normal speedrun and they have, like, one glitch in it, I'm like, okay, that's fine. That doesn't bother me all that much.
Yeah.
But, like, I forget what game it is. I think it's Ocarina of Time. They've developed a way where they can hack the game while they're playing it to allow them to, like, put any item in their inventory based off of, like, controller inputs. And I'm just like, that's not interesting.
Yeah.
Like, you're early game and you're walking around with, like, endgame shit already, and I'm like, nah, that's... You lost my interest. Sorry, guys. The Doom game speedruns are nothing but glitches. Well, see, the Doom games are a little different just off of the fact that while they're nothing but glitches as well, it's like it's so shocking as to what's going on. You're just like, what? But I also agree. It's like it does get a little old after a while when they're just rocket jumping over every level and going straight to the exit, and you're just like... The first time you see it, you're like, well, that was cool. And then you're just like, well, you never want to see that again.
Oh shit, you can't. What?
What up?
Putting a crate on the Tigger.
On that little thing?
Yeah. I was not aware that you could. Maybe I was and just never paid attention. Oh, you fucking... God, you're so dumb.
Did you recover on accident?
Yes. I was trying to change track.
I've done that before.
Oh, man, I did it. I was out upgrade hunting, and I was like way far, and I accidentally recovered instead of refueling, and I just closed the game.
I went hunting for that Hummer H2 raised suspension.
Yeah.
And I literally drove like 10 feet by it, and the game didn't tell me that I was next to it.
Oh, shit.
And so I finally gave up looking for it. I was like, I'm just going to look for it on the map. Where is it? Looked it up online, and they were like... And literally, I was parked just like 0.02 miles down the road from where it was sitting. And I was like, I literally drove right by that. And it was... I think it's because it was behind a giant rock.
Well, see, that's weird, because, like, I've driven past stuff that was, like, down a cliff, and, like, I had no view of it, and it's just like, hey, I'm gonna just upgrade down here.
Yeah, and see, this thing was probably, like... in realism, it was probably, like, 100 feet from me.
Yeah.
But it was just behind a boulder. And I was all like, why didn't... Like, I definitely... My view went way past me into the water. And I was like, it was not in the water. It was before the water. But the game was just like, nah, there's a rock there, you can't see it. Like, son of a bitch. Yeah, I think the game still says I'm missing 2 upgrades from all of Alaska, but I'm like, I'm just gonna do missions and hopefully the game will find them as I'm driving around.
Yeah.
That's how I did Michigan, I think. Most of them were just like stumbling upon them.
Yeah.
Have I watched the videos where devs are watching speedruns of their games? Yeah, I've watched a couple. I find it funny when sometimes, like, there have been some of them where they're like, yeah, we knew that was in the game, we knew if we fixed it, it would break like 500 other things, so we just left it and hoped nobody would find it. And then I've also seen ones where, like, they're watching the speedrun, and the speedrunners will do something, and they're just like, holy shit, what did they do? How'd they do that? I made this game, and I have no idea what they just did. But from what I can tell, it's relatively common, like, not super common, but, like, at least for developers, they're well aware of the speedrunning community, and some devs are like, I left it in there because I knew speedrunners would like it, and some devs are like, I went through my game with a fine-tooth comb trying to find everything speedrunners could use to take it out.
That's not fun.
Well, it's great when those devs get on, when you hear from those devs and they're like, I did speedrunning hunting and tried to get rid of everything speedrunners could use, and then their game is still beaten in like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you tried really hard. How'd that work out for you? And it's like, well, obviously all my time was wasted.
What gets me is like, they're not even looking, like, we are so hard in this game, and they're just breezing right through it. And I'm like, yeah, but I guarantee you they've got hundreds of hours in that game, and they've seen everything that you've done to it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, yeah, they're doing it quick what you're seeing, but you're not seeing all the work that they put into it.
It's like one of the guys I watch that does speedrunning just of Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And somebody the other day was asking him on stream, they're like, how many hours do you have in Bloodborne? He's like, I don't know, I don't really keep track of that. And they're like, can you go look? And he pulled up his playtime on his PS3, and it was like 6,000 hours.
Jesus.
Or something ridiculous like that. And he was just like, yeah, that's about right. He's like, I do play this game too much.
It's kind of stuff that'll put your life into perspective.
Yeah.
Shit, I should do something else. But I made $10,000 from Switch, so I'm just gonna keep on playing.
Yeah, exactly. One of the other guys I watch just plays used to just play Mario Maker a lot.
Jesus.
And he was like, yeah, I've got like 3,000 hours in Mario Maker 1 and like 2,600 hours in Mario Maker 2, and he's like, I think I'm done.
I would have been done about 2,000 hours prior to that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I could not have done that.
Nah.
But I mean, this is the guy that was like number 91 on Twitch. And
Yeah.
he's like I don't play Mario Maker anymore, but like that's definitely how I got big on Twitch. That's his like core audience, is people that like watching Mario. So he still plays Mario, he just doesn't play Mario Maker. He's like, fuck that game sucks.
I knew that from the start.
Yeah.
I hate Mario Maker. Like, I liked it at first. I was like, man, because I like Mario levels that are like challenging and fun to play.
Yeah.
And like every level I played was just hard as fuck. I was like, You guys just made this the Dark Souls of Mario games.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy also makes Mario ROM hacks,
Yeah.
and he has like some of the hardest Mario ROM hacks ever made.
Jesus.
I mean, not like he's not in the top 10 or anything, but he's definitely got like some challenging Mario ROM hacks
Yeah.
that he's made.
Welcome back, Baka.
Oh yeah, welcome back. She went to go get snacks, right? Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, just the other day he was streaming himself working on his next ROM hack.
That's cool.
Raspberry cake and chocolate banana porridge. What is porridge anyway? It's not oats, right?
Here it is.
Is it?
I mean, you know what? No, I have no idea. I don't think I've ever actually had porridge.
Yeah, because I'm like, if it's oats, then what's the difference between porridge and oatmeal?
In my mind, they're the same. But I could
Por-
certainly be wrong.
Porridge
Oh, it
is ground oats. Oh. And oatmeal is usually whole oats.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So I guess porridge is like finer. Maybe you would call it grittier as opposed to chunky.
It's all upsetting.
Yeah, gritty and chunky to describe food, and Lucid's over there like, bro, just could you find other words? Cream of wheat. See, I like oatmeal, and what is cream of wheat? Is cream of wheat porridge? Because I tried cream of wheat, and I didn't really like it.
Pretty sure it's just liquefied wheat.
Liquefied wheat. Isn't that beer?
Oh yeah. Well, that's cream of wheat with extra steps.
Okay, that's cream of wheat with other things added. And time.
Yeah.
It's like Candace finding fermented grapes.
She's like, I got fruit.
Yep. Drinking my fruit juice. Isn't hops in beer? Most beers, yeah, I think. Beer can be made like tons of different ways, though. So
All of them unappealing.
yeah. I have friends from like high school that are like, oh my god, I love beer, and I'm just like, I can't even stand the smell.
Yeah.
Let alone do I want to try drinking it.
Like, I'll drink it on rare occasions, but I'd honestly rather have like a Jack and Coke or something.
Yeah. I may drink like once a year, if that.
Yeah.
I really don't drink.
Me neither.
I'm one of those people that can taste alcohol. And so like the taste of alcohol itself is unpleasant for me.
Yeah.
And so people are like, why don't you drink? And I'm like, I don't like it. And they're like, oh, you just haven't had the right kind of drink. And I'm like, that's not really how this works.
I remember trying craft beers for the first time. I was like, wow, all the things in regular beer I don't like are magnified several times in this.
So it tastes like everything I don't like in regular beer, but stronger.
Yeah.
So it makes me like it even more, even faster.
Oops.
Oh snap! You found a tube.
Big tube.
Thanks, man. Oh, was that
Yeah.
that large tube that was just chilling
Yeah.
on the map?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do this oil barrel delivery thing. I got 2 out of the 4 delivered so far.
Do you need assistance?
Uh,
I have a crane.
no, these are just pick them up at the store and deliver them to somebody's house kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Well, you could stack them on top of your truck too.
Yeah, I have the little yellow crane, the level 2.
You already got 2 of them, right?
Yeah, I'm half done.
Yeah. No sense of me helping them.
But yeah, anything else in here, go for it.
Lost oil tank. It's way over there. You want to accept some storyline quests?
Yeah. I thought I've accepted some, but...
You accepted one.
Wow. See, that's Mountain River. Don't want that. That's Pedro Bay. That's this. Are there even logs here? There are logs here.
I mean, you can accept all of them and they'll just get done as they get done.
Yeah, I guess so. You can see the ones I've accepted, right?
Yep.
Okay. I guess that's my thing, is I only go through and accept them once I'm ready to work on them. And I should probably accept them ahead of time.
Oh, I get to use my new truck. It's a DLC.
You have a DLC truck? What?
Yes. I'm going to have several DLC trucks. But this one's specifically for logging.
Snap. Alright, there we go. I've accepted a buttload of jobs.
Alright.
What was I doing?
Picking up fuel. Oil barrels.
I don't remember what that mission was called. It was Blackbird. Oil delivery?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Oops.
Yeah, I think the last time I drank any alcohol was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Not that long ago for me. Oops, not that one.
Is there a gas place near me?
There's the fuel trailer at the,
Oh, at the drilling site. Yeah, you're right, there is. Oh, shoot, don't even worry about it. I'm good.